episode 14 of the Scheming Mind Palace podcast. Essentially, this poem is what today's episode is going to be called. Today's question is, how do we become wise? The fool who persists in his folly will become wise. So we'll just start with that from the great poet from the 18th century, William Blake, as the foundation for today's episode. Because today, when it comes to finding your wisdom, suppose the exact opposite of that would be the pursuit of mediocrity, the pursuit of doing what everyone else has done. But if you're truly going to do something revolutionary, something that is going to make a big imprint on humanity, then it's going to be something that people are going to call you crazy about. People are going to think you are mad for even attempting something such as this. They will call you a fool. As William Blake so eloquently described, that is the key to wisdom. So now, the fool who persists in his folly will become wise. Harness heaven and hell as the border becomes hazy. Continue as chaos cries to curate your crazy. At the Scheming Mind Palace. But now, let us go into the rest of the stanzas that I have. So, harnessing heaven and hell as the borders become hazy. Because every person has their own interpretation of heaven and hell. So the aspirational image in your own mind of the best possible outcome for your life given your current trajectory. And hell, essentially the worst possible thing that could happen to you, or the worst possible thing that could go wrong with how you're approaching your life. I feel like it's very important to look at both. Figure out what you want to truly become happy and fulfilled in life, to find meaning. And then also, you need to also know what hell is like, or imagine what hell could be like. Because balancing the two is the key to being able to avoid the pitfalls of hell and navigate towards the eventual euphoria of heaven. As the borders become hazy, there is no grand separation between the two. Essentially, your life is the border. It is the haze, the confusion that many confuse for there being no purpose at all. Regardless of if you believe in religion or like just the Big Bang, there was a gradient of creation. There was nothing, and then there was something. But it wasn't just all at once. There was a gradient, an acceleration towards that. And why not simply recognize that you have your own part to play in that crescendo of creation? And that brings me to the last stanza. Is continue as chaos cries to curate your crazy. The chaos that I was just describing, that we all perceive of the world, because it does have its own evil force in terms of grabbing down people in making them feel that nihilism is the key, that, in my opinion, to make sure we don't lose that with which our forefathers fought for, is to curate your crazy. Just like at the end of the poem. Because, I mean, if you think about it, like the founding fathers were madmen. The founding fathers were going up against the English Empire. And these founding fathers were just like, no taxation without representation. We are not just going to sit back and let this happen. We are going to fight for those freedoms, and those freedoms that they fought and died for. We now have the privilege of this amazing opportunity. And it's not even just our country, our entire world has benefited from the democracy that the founding fathers, in their insane attempt of curating their crazy, created. Because of what they created, the world is a better place. And that's not to say everyone needs to go out there with, pitchforks and rifles, but everyone needs to do something. Like, don't just sit and let the comforts control you. I love you guys. You guys really help inspire me to make amazing content like this. And so, if you want to become wise, be the fool. Embrace your folly. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you around.